Do you play fighting games with buffed characters? Do you love skating around the city causing mayhem, shooting hordes of bad guys, and finishing a game in 30 minutes, maybe even less? Then I have just the thing for you. Have you heard Cannon Spike, also known as Gun Spike in Japan, featuring Charlie Nash and Cammy from Street Fighter and Arthur from Ghosts'n Goblins, shooting machine guns into random mechas and evil dudes? No? Then it's time to dig into another hidden gem. Cannon Spike first appeared in Japanese arcade machines in 2000 and then became a Dreamcast exclusive. Is an arcade shooter game by Capcom. The game can be completed under 30 minutes, maybe even less. Literally aimed for arcade machines as it offers two-player co-op gameplay. But why? Why did I remember this game and wanted to play again? Well, it's addictive and I like its character design and concept, especially Cammy's. Yeah, I've always felt that Cannon Spikes could have been Jet Set Radio of Capcom, but it turned out to be a bullet hellish arcade shooter of Capcom. It's year 20XX, probably 2022. Chaos upon the world due to troubled economy, terrorism is rampant due to Attack on Titan having another season just for cash, and warfare is spreading. To fight against the terrorism and their robot soldiers, anti-robot special force led by Cammy travel around the world and fight in different regions, defeating bosses. They're also equipped with motor boots, which could have been a unique gameplay mechanic. If, and only if, the whole concept was as just as Jet Set Radio or 3D action platformerish. But never mind the wasted potential. If there is an economic depression, then how the hell these terrorists have such high technological mechs to begin with? I don't get it, and maybe I try not to. Cannon Spike has 8 playable characters, 3 being hidden and 3 from other Capcom series and 2 original characters made just for Cannon Spike. Unfortunately, I still have no freaking idea how to play as Fallen Balrog, which is actually Vega from Street Fighter Invest. Players can choose from 7 characters at starting, starring Cammy and Charlie Nash from Street Fighter, Arthur from Ghosts'n Goblins, and Shiva and Simone as original characters of Cannon Spike. Each character has their own special bullets, special techniques, and melee attacks, while their bullet type also differs, but damage-wise feels the same. I still find Cammy and Shiva as the best characters of the game, and then maybe Charlie Nash as an A-tier character. These characters feel fast, their special attacks damage in a wide range, and they can slip through enemies and projectiles quickly. On the other hand, I felt like Simone was the least effective character among them all. To be honest, I couldn't like her that much. In my opinion, Cannon Spike should have had a roster of maybe more than 10 characters, having crossovers from each Capcom title, like maybe Captain Commando, Darkstalkers, Resident Evil, and even Dino Crisis. Cannon Spike could have been a lot more, yet offers so little. Each run of Cannon Spike consists only 10 missions, divides in 2 presenting 4 missions randomly when played as a new character for the second run. As I mentioned previously, the game itself is made for Japanese arcade machines, so it's right to expect like a Metal Slug flow, players continuing to play with coins or tokens when they're out of life. With each mission, enemies tend to move quicker, hit harder, and push the characters to the edge of the screen, forcing players to dodge any projectiles or targets while shooting. If I need to get to the addictive side of Cannon Spike, it contains 10 missions with an action that gets better with each level and takes only around maybe 20 minutes to complete a run. Whole story can be played with 2 players in co-op gameplay, trying to reach better high score without dying just like a Metal Slug. 20 minutes for a run is quite extraordinary and lacking, so I wanted to check how much a second-hand Cannon Spike costs in Japan. And guess what? Around $150 must be a nightmare for a new generation of gamers right now. And you know what? Sadly, I think this is all I can cover about Cannon Spike. I mean, I'm really thinking about what else I can talk about the game, but there is nothing? I mean, seriously, Cannon Spike's only story cutscenes or flow is at the beginning of an opening and when a character finishes a run, showing how they destroyed the whole terrorist base. Cannon Spike, being one of the forgotten games of Capcom, actually had quite a potential in it. If and only if it had more budget and a maybe different approach. I would recommend for Capcom fans or maybe retro game lovers to play as co-op if they can, and at least experience this classic and one of the last games of Dreamcast. I hope you enjoy my first retrospective review in English, and many retro games will soon be covered just like this, so stay tuned and wait for more.